All right. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. So Homecoming King. Um, from what I could see, you weren't the most popular guy, but there was something very universally acceptable about you that gave you that position. Like in honor society, you weren't the valedictorian, for example. You were up there, but you weren't in competition for that. You weren't the star captain of the soccer team or the tennis
Right.
team.
Hmm.
You were always like just above the normality. You're in these like the background in a way. But suddenly homecoming happens and you're lifted up all the way to the front. And for me, that had to have been the highlight of your high school experience. Is it true?
Yeah. So in that, it was the way that we did it was the senior class voted on like basically like the court, and so and then the whole school could vote for king and queen. And so in my mind, I was like, man, I don't know. To your point, you're right. I'm like, I don't know if my high school senior peers will select me, but if they do, I know that the underclassmen will vote for me for king.
That's
And so
exactly how I felt. That's so funny.
that's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so for listeners as well, I am very well aware that both of us went homecoming.
Yes.
Obviously the 6 years apart, but yeah, no, that was
Yeah.
yeah. So that's where I was at. I was like, I don't know if my high school class will pick me, but if I make the ballot, I will win king. And so the I was shocked that I made the
Me
court,
too.
so to speak.
Oh, okay. I
I was
wasn't
like,
shocked about
wow,
court, but yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I was shocked that I made court, and um, yeah, it was really neat. But the point I want to get to, the story that I definitely still recall is that the gym was really it felt big to me, and so it was
It
again in
is.
this.
Hmm.
It was very round, and this the way the bleachers, and so they had school assemblies that were pretty rare, but it could there's a lot of school spirit and things like that. So they had an assembly for homecoming court, and so the amount of I was one of the last ones to be introduced as court to walk out. It was a Paris, like France kind of theme or whatever. And so um as I walked out, the roar and applause like gave me so much affirmation in that,
Whoa, goosebumps. Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. Yep. I still get goosebumps about it. And
No, I mean I'm
so
getting goosebumps hearing it.
no, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it was so affirming of like, and again, they were just announcing the court. They didn't announce. We found out who won on the football field, but
Yeah.
at halftime. But yeah, as they announced the court, that the support from the whole school was just amazing. And so yeah, that again, still trying to figure out who I was as a black person, or just a kid, or about to graduate, and where am I going to go to school, and what career am I going to look into? Like a lot of those things just seem so big and far from me. But in that moment, yeah, it was just really, really affirming. And we I had some good memories in that state, in that gym, because of we also did, like it was a competition called mock rock, so air
Oh
band
yeah,
and lip
that's
sync.
right.
And so
You
we had
love mock rock, yeah.
yeah, and so yeah, we did some mock rock at that time, and we we're successful. I don't think we ever won, but we would
Mm.
second or third place. And just yeah, just it was really, yeah, it was just a really affirming, really cool moment. And then it just really, I was able to settle into myself of like, I maybe not don't have it perfect, but what I'm doing is working.
Wow. Okay, I get what you're saying. This like yeah, affirming in that way. Wow, not in the way of like I'm loved, in the way of like validation. You're validated
Right.
at that moment. Wow. So then you're surprised to make it to court, and then you're surprised that these people are cheering for you so strongly. What about the day on the football field then? You must have been just stunned, no?
No, again, like I said, if I knew would win king, and so I was more curious, like who was going to win queen, and so
Okay, you were
and then
confident because of the underclassmen. You knew that you were
yeah,
very friendly
yeah,
to
I
everyone.
pretty much
Okay.
yeah. It sounds cocky or whatever weird, but I was not nervous or
Mm-hmm.
stressed out about it,
Wow, that's cool. Okay. Mm-hmm.
and
I was
so I
shocked.
still had and then I was on the varsity team, and so if I can jump back real quick, was
Mm-hmm.
another affirming moment was I had got freshman year for basketball, I made the A team, but I rode the bench, and I knew I was going to have to work a lot harder to make the JV team. And so I got some bad advice, and so I didn't even try out. And
Oh,
so for JV, so that was the end of my basketball formal career.
I didn't
I
know that.
continued to
Okay.
yeah, so I continued to do Gus Mackers and things like that, and we had some levels of success, but that ended pretty much my basketball career my freshman year. Tennis, I got cut from the team. I was really frustrated in that because I had played some of the other players that made the team, and I played with them and even beat them. So I didn't understand that. So then all it was really, I did track, but I didn't really like track because it was just
I
too
forgot you
cold.
did track. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I did track for 2 years. I did track my sophomore and junior year, and then but soccer had been with me throughout, and so I played goalie my freshman year, and
Wow.
we had the team was good. I was okay, but a lot of shutouts, a lot of clean sheets as they call them. And we were a really strong team as freshmen. And so then I played JV my sophomore year. I moved to defense then. So
Mm,
I tried out for varsity my junior year, and I didn't think I'd make it. So I was like, that's fine. I'll just play JV another year.
mm.
I made varsity my junior year, and then actually started.
Oh, you
And so to be a
started. It's like it seemed like you started a long time, so it was 2 years. Yeah. Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, so I started my junior and senior year, and so I really found some success in affirmation in that. And then my senior year, I was voted most valuable defender, and
Yeah, I
so
remember that now you say it. Yeah,
yeah,
that's awesome.
and
Hmm.
so through that success and through that, the peers of like again, just I just wanted to see everybody win. I wasn't trying to be the best, but the team really liked the energy, the vibe that I brought, and
They
I had
loved it. I
enough.
did see that. Hmm. Hmm.
Yep, and I had enough athletic ability to to contribute to our team's success, and so yeah, they affectionately called me Crazy Legs
I was gonna say,
because
wasn't your name Crazy Legs? Yeah.
yeah, Crazy Legs, yeah, because I was really fast, but they were like your legs just like display all over the place, and so yeah, we were you know I think I remember a good compliment from our mom of like she was like you guys like play the game really well. Like it can go from one end of the field to the other like really really quickly. And so she just always
Mm.
she always marveled at that of like how we were able to move the ball around and kind of execute. So yeah, so in yeah, all of that was really it wasn't it was important, but it were good kind of milestones or steps in terms of like moving in the right direction, if that makes sense. So.
Now that I, like you said, I can really feel clarity a little bit in regard to my own life is that you keep hitting these like pedestal moments. Like I used to go to your soccer games in high school and the energy was, I mean, wasn't comparable to travel, even though our team was really good. Like the roar of the crowd, like even being in that stadium, or I guess you would call it stadium, but like with the stands and the bleachers and everything like that, that big field and the amazing lights. It was a beautiful field. They really took care of it. Like I didn't necessarily have ambition to go higher, but I wanted to know what that's like. Like I knew that the mental side of it, like, oh, that's hard to be under those lights. I wonder what it's like. Like, can I still run fast? I had an understanding that something happens to you when you're in that environment, you know. Sometimes it was so cold. I don't remember playing like cold. You guys were cold sometimes getting further into the season. And it's like this levels of I don't know, like the way that it was showcased was just something like I was really curious about. I didn't want to like be famous. I still never had like the desire to be a star athlete necessarily, but I was very curious as like that's not easy. And I could see the size of the guys sometimes. Sometimes the guys were huge, sometimes you could see they're fast. It's like, what is it like to play that level of competition too? Because I was used to this kind of being the best, and I never really saw that many people who could rival my athletic abilities. And like out there, it's like that guy's definitely bigger than I am right now, at least. Will I ever be that? Not will I ever be that big? What would it be like to play against someone bigger, faster? And there's my brother doing it, and like people are like cheering for him, and they're winning games. And you know, you had Jeff Robinson. It was so cool with the long flowing hair. You know, like he was pretty good too. Like even like reflecting, like understanding soccer. He was a pretty good. He must have been a midfielder, like a attacking midfielder. So yeah, that was very inspiring to just go there and experience and taste that level of play. I didn't know what I would do there. I just wanted to, like, oh, my brother played varsity soccer and I saw it. What does that feel like? And that's kind of cool because if I didn't see that, maybe I didn't have even that um, kind of inspiration or something like that to strive to be a good soccer player or good anything, you know. So thank you for that. Now